So hi, my name's Renato, and in this video I'm going to show you how I go about translating this data that comes from the CGE modeling software into a flat file that we can use to to plot this data or to um, manipulate it into another format suitable for our land use software. All right, land use modeling software. So let's get started. Um, so what we want to do is understand first what this table represents. So this is a multiple entry table, and as you can see here, there are many variables that are used to construct this table. So you have land type, you have um, uh, different regions of the country, and you have different biomes, and then you have different years. And what we get here is we get a block with a double entry table for each block. So for each block, you have a double entry table um, pitting against each other different land types with the regions. And each block represents a different biome for a specific year. And so the year repeats for all the biomes, and then you have the the next year starts here with different biomes again, right? So what we want to do is we want to create one single column that holds all these cells, all the data, and different columns that describe uh, what this data represents. So in this case, in the case of this cell belongs to the land type crop and the DST Hontonia, and then for the Amazonia uh, biome, so that would be another column, and then the year 2015, so that would be yet another column. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of tricks. So we could do this in another software, but now we're going to do it in Excel itself. And we're going to do a couple of tricks using all of the things that are sort of a pattern here as aids uh, to dissect this data. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to create um, uh, a new row here, a few more rows here. Uh, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one and just keep it here because it's going to come in handy afterwards. Then the other thing that I'm going to do here is I am going to name these columns. So A1, so you can give it whatever name you want. I just use this format, so A3, and this way you can just drag here and create column names with numbers, which is handy. And so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a row structure. So you can give it names, you can give it numbers, but it's easier if you give it letter names, because then you can select by letter name, and that's what we want to do here. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You don't want the list to go on, so you're going to copy the list twice. And now this is a pattern for Excel. And so if you click on this, double click on here, it's going to repeat itself, and it's not going to go past G. So it's not going to go F, G, H, I, etc. But it's just going to repeat over and over and over and over, because we know that data repeats itself in a predictable manner, right? So that's why we're doing it like this. All right. So now that we have this, we want to be able to name uh, these two more columns with the names the of the biome and the year. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to copy this cell here. Why this cell? Because like if you see here in row number 12, you can see that the name of the biome and the name of the column are located in column A. And we're going to take advantage of the fact that the software, the CG software, puts these brackets around these variables. And we're going to use these brackets to split this into columns. And we're going to get our names, the name of our biomes, the name of our years in single columns. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to move here, paste it here. And then we're going to go to data, text to columns. We're going to choose characters to split it. So next, we're going to use another one. We're going to select another character and delete this. And we're going to use this opening bracket here to split the column in two. So we open bracket here, go to next, and then we click on finish. And we have 3 columns with this data. One with everything that came before the bracket, one with the name of the biome, and one with the number, with the name of the year. And so we have our building blocks already. But one thing that we want to do here is get rid of everything that's extra here. So all the extra characters here. And we're going to do this trick here where we copy this, whatever's before. So we know that this is the same in every cell, because that's how the software constructs these names. And so we go and we select everything. We hit Control F to find. We click on replace. And what do we want to find? We want to find that combination of star space before the name of the biome. But here we have to use this. So Excel understands the star or the pound sign, the pound sign, the star sign. It understands it as a wildcard. And so if I tell it here to replace it with nothing, it will just delete everything. And so we want to escape that character, and we use the tilde. So this character here, and then this star will be escaped, and replace it with nothing. We just make sure that this is selected. We don't want anything else happening over here. Click on replace everything, and we have 96 replacements here. Okay. And then we do the same in this case. So same 96 replacements. We gotten rid of some of the things that were bothering us. So now we need to see what's the pattern for the whatever's left here. So it's closing bracket and a couple of spaces. So we copy those, we move them here to our search box and replace with nothing. Select that, replace all. Now we've gotten rid of everything that's after our biome name. We go here and we try to do the same, but it cannot find anything because it's not exactly the same pattern that we have here. So here there's I think less spaces after the bracket. So we're just going to copy everything that's after our 2015 before, and then use that as our search term. We select the column, replace all. Now we've gotten rid of everything. We just need to get rid of that Y, just because we want to have numbers instead of strings. And now we have our years separated. So this is great, right? So now what we're going to do is we need all of these blank spaces here to repeat whatever is above them. And we could do this by hand, like doing like this, but it'll take too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to select these two, then we're going to go to the end. So make sure that you're selecting all the way till the end of the table, not just the end of these two columns. You select these and hit F5. So here you select special and click on blanks and then OK. And that will select the blanks here, right? And once that's done, you can just type equals. And then with the up arrow, you will move up one spot. And then you're going to hit Control Enter, not just Enter, Control Enter. And that's going to repeat it for all the blank cells. So what you're basically doing is copying whatever is on top of that cell. And now you have all the names for your biomes and your years. Okay. One more step here, since we are already we're already describing what each row represents in terms of rows, in terms of biomes and years. So now we don't need these descriptions here, this descriptive rows here. So we just need this once for the states, but we don't need to know that this belongs to the Cerrado 2015 block, because we already did that here. So we're going to get rid of all of these descriptions here. And the way that we do that is simply by filtering. So you're going to go here and you're going to treat this as a big table, right? Let me see. Maybe we can do it like this. Yeah. So you're going to select this, and then you're going to go into data, filter. And once you do that, you get these little filter icons here. And so you can go here and open, and we want to get rid of all the A, B's, and C, right? So because these are the ones that have the next block, the number of the state, and the state name or region name. Right, so A, B's, and C's, we want those gone. So we're just going to select them so that we can delete them. And so we're going to get rid of D, E, F, and G for the moment. Right, and so this is what we need. So you can just select everything. And then you're going to hit F5 again, go into special, and select visible cells only, right? Because right now everything's selected. So everything that you can see and everything that you can't see. So now you want to select visible cells only. And since that's selected, you go on and click on the you right click on the selection and you delete the rows. And that's gone, right? So now you remove the filter, select all. Now you only have your data, right? Oh, we made a mistake here that we deleted what we needed here. So we're gonna undo that, and we're gonna copy these two columns. We're gonna copy and paste as values these columns. So now we don't have any formulas there, right? And now we do our trick again. So data, filter, we filter A, B's, and C's. We select special, visible cells only. Right click, delete row. Now we've deleted everything that we don't need. We just have our basic data. And now we can move this here. Right? And this we don't need anymore. So this is our DST, so our region and the year. And we can move these to the beginning here. So this is a land type number, yeah, and a land type. We are going to create a table out of this, just so we can name them properly afterwards. And we can get rid of these numbers here. Okay, so the next step is that we need to create a column that contains all of this data and move all of these cells into a single column, right? And the way that we are going to do that is, well, through a trick, basically. So let me just move this out of the way. And we're going to do a trick where we create a column that is the concatenation of all of our columns. There's other ways of doing this, but this is an easy, dirty trick to do this. So you're going to go and hit concat. Select the first one, comma, and separate it by a hyphen in between quotes. And so we create this version of everything. And so since we don't want the problem that we had before, we're going to go ahead and just copy this and paste as a value. Now that we have this, we can use this table to do the trick that I'm going to show you now. So you now hit Alt D, and P. And this opens this old wizard from Excel. And then you choose here multiple consolidation ranges. So this used to be the original pivot table wizard, but it allows you to do something that the newer version doesn't. So you select multiple consolidation ranges, click on next. I will create the page fields, click on next, select the range, and now you're going to select not the variables that we have over there, but just our concatenated version and all of the data for all the regions. And then you add that to the ranges, and then you click on next, and you put that into a new worksheet, and it just replicates the data. But now what you can do is remove the column, remove the row, and you have one single cell that has all the values in the structure that we had before. And so if you just double click on this corner here, it will create the double entry. So it will disentangle the double entry table into one single big table in a new sheet. And what you can do here is now you can split this into columns again. So data, text to columns. You use a character, but this time it's not the bracket, it's the hyphen that you used. And then you click on finish, and now you have your biome, your year, your land type, number, your land type. And here you could also add the the state or region. And if you wanted, you could add the region number as well using that thing that we created before. So you go then use VLOOKUP. You select V2 here. Go into your little table here that we created. Oh, you see that it's yeah, it's turned around, so we need to turn around. Yeah, so now that it's in the proper order, and we can go here, VLOOKUP, lookup B2 in this little table. You type F4 so that everything gets fixed with $signs. Then you select the second column and then click on false. You don't want fuzzy matching there. So now you can have the region number as well. The region number as well. And that's basically it. So you have here your hectares or million hectares. And now you can use this to create, let's say, for example, a pivot chart. You can use the land types for the legends, including their number if you wanted to a specific order. And then you can use million hectares, or I'm sorry, you can use years here. And you put million hectares in the values part. Now you can change, for example, the pivot chart. Let's say, so this is absolute value. So maybe you want to have, since every year is the same, you can have a stacked 100% area chart. So you can see every year you have the same total, more or less. So that represents the total of the million hectares of the country. And so this is how it behaves, you know, so with your modeling. So from 2015 to 2030, you have different types, different things changing here. And they're using this unused portion to get bigger. So for example, pastures get bigger here, while crops stay more or less static. Right? And that's it. So thank you for watching. Oh, just one more thing. So this is This is the tilde that I was talking about before. It's this sign here. All right. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.